Every hurricane season we see it, panic buying, sold out supplies, and neighbors scrambling to prepare. But here's the truth. If you live in Southwest Florida, hurricane season isn't a surprise. It comes every year, and yet most people still wait until the very last minute to get ready. My name is Dan Boussard. I'm a real estate agent here in Southwest Florida, but I'm also a dad, a homeowner, and someone who's been through more than one hurricane with my family. So today, I'm not just speaking as your realtor, I'm speaking as your neighbor. This video isn't about fear, it's about peace of mind. I want you to be able to look at the forecast this season and not feel anxiety, because you've already done what you need to do to prepare. This is the same preparation I help my clients with, and it's exactly what we do in my home every single year. This channel focuses on everything to do with Southwest Florida. If you're thinking about buying or selling here in Southwest Florida, call or text me at 239-450-5786, and let's talk about how I can help you achieve your goals. Hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, and while we can technically get storms anytime in that window, the most dangerous ones tend to develop between mid-August and October. And here's what I really want you to understand. Hurricanes don't just affect waterfront homes. Flooding, power outages, and even storm surge can impact inland, not just coastal communities. Most people think the storm itself is the scariest part, but here in Florida, it's often the aftermath that causes the biggest problems. Days without power, limited and even sometimes no cell coverage. The roads can be blocked with debris, there's no gas, the grocery stores are closed, and the hospitals are overwhelmed. And for homeowners, that's where it really matters, because your house is likely your biggest investment, and hurricanes don't just test your roof, they test your planning. Now, let's walk through exactly how to prepare what I call your 5 pillars of hurricane readiness. Pillar number 1 is protect your property. First, let's look at the storm shutters. Practice installing your hurricane shutters or panels now. Find the hardware, make sure it fits. When Hurricane Irma came, it was my first storm in my current home. I hadn't practiced putting up the shutters, and some of my shutters didn't quite fit right, and it made for a ton of extra stress and struggle. Don't forget, when the storm is approaching, the wind is picking up, and there are very often heavy rain bands. So knowing what you're doing ahead of time can really save the day. When we shuttered up for Ian and Milton, it was a quick and stressless experience. If you have the time and funds, it's a great time to think about having some impact resistant doors and windows installed on your home. Not only does it make preparing easier, it also is a great value increase for your home. Now, if you already have them, don't forget to make sure that you check the seals and the frames. Now, if your house doesn't have either storm shutters or impact glass, you need to prepare your house for plywood or get the plastic panels now. Get everything purchased, prepared, and have a plan for installing them. When there's a storm approaching, Lowe's and Home Depot becomes a madhouse and begin to run low on supplies. You don't want to be having to run all over the area trying to get what you need. Next, take a look at your roof. Look for cracked or missing shingles and get them repaired now. Even one spot can cause thousands of dollars in water damage. Don't forget your yard and patio area. Trim the trees and shrubs around your house. Dead and weak branches break under the strong winds and become missiles in the wind. If your neighborhood has overhead power lines, take a look at the lines and see if there are any trees that could be a danger to the power lines. Call your power company and let them know of the hazard. This little bit of prevention may reduce your time without power by days, if not even maybe a week. Make a plan on how you'll store or anchor your outdoor furniture, planters, toys, and grills. Remember, if you can lift it, the wind can too. No room in the garage and have a pool? Sink your outdoor furniture in the pool. It'll stay safe underwater. Pillar number 2 is build your emergency kit. This is your post-storm survival gear. You'll need to be ready to stand on your own for up to 7 days or even longer. My family prepares our hurricane supplies at the beginning of the season. While there will always be a few items to get just before the storm, you will have much better selection now and a whole lot less crowds. You might even catch some of your items on sale. Those sales definitely won't be there when the storm's approaching. You'll want to have water, at least 1 gallon per person per day for 7 days minimum. Even if you have public water, you may not be able to drink the water for several days. After Irma, the public water and sewer system was damaged and no one was allowed to flush their toilets, and they had to boil their water. Now, if you live in areas that have wells like I do, it's not just drinking water you want to remember. Fill your bathtubs and anything else that can hold water so that you will be able to flush those toilets. Next, non-perishable food. It's pretty self-explanatory, but don't forget a manual can opener. You'll need propane grills and propane cooking stoves. Also, think about how you'll make your morning coffee. After the storm is no time to have caffeine withdrawal. You'll need flashlights, lanterns, batteries, power banks, or solar phone chargers. You'll need paper plates, disposable utensils, and don't forget plenty of trash bags. A first aid kit and personal hygiene supplies are important. One tip we learned was to have baby wipes or body wipes on hand. Just even taking the shutters down after the storm to get fresh air flowing into the house caused quite a sweat. Being able to wipe down was necessary and quite a relief. Don't forget about your prescription medications and pet food. Let's not forget about your pets' needs too. Make sure you have plenty of water for them too. It's important to have cash. The ATMs will likely be down. After the storm, stores and gas stations may have limited services, but they may not be able to process credit cards. So having a supply of cash is important. Do you want to have a generator on hand? Gas or solar? If you choose gasoline, buy enough gas cans to allow you to run for at least 3 days or more. If you have a secure place to store it, purchase your gas now and use fuel stabilizer. It's bad enough having to fight the lines for our cars and chase the stations that have gas before the storm. It's also important to make sure you have fired up your generator periodically throughout the hurricane season. You want to make sure that it starts easily when you need it. And remember, please always run a gas generator outside of your house, not even in the garage. Another tip, if your home is within the cone, keep your car's fuel tanks full. Everyone waits to fill up at the last minute, so you want to make sure you have gas in your cars. One last thing in preparing your family's needs. Make sure you have books and games to keep the children occupied during and after the storm. I highly recommend having a digital TV antenna to be able to tune in to the news once cable is out. After Irma, we had no cable and internet for days after we had power restored. We were very thankful for that digital antenna. Pillar number 3 is know your evacuation plan. Everyone in Southwest Florida needs to know your evacuation zone. I'll drop the links below in the description for Collier and Lee County lookups. You want to plan now where you'll go. A family member's house, a hotel, or a local shelter. Make sure the plan includes your pets. Not all shelters are pet friendly. If you live in more coastal areas of Southwest Florida, as the storm approaches, keep a go bag packed with clothes, chargers, documents, and snacks. You could be notified of an evacuation at the very last minute, and when they tell you to go, please go. They are not having you evacuate because of the winds, but because of the danger of floodwaters. Another decision point is to know what level of storm your family is comfortable staying through. If you don't plan on staying, you need to leave early. Before Hurricane Irma, remember that was our first major Florida hurricane, our family and friends from out of the area were urging us to leave. And to be honest, at the very last minute, we thought about leaving. But several of our friends who had left late were stuck on the highways in traffic and had no gas to be found. While they did make it to a safe hotel before Irma caught up to them, it was very nerve-wracking time for them. So if you don't want to sit through the storm, plan ahead and leave early. Also, don't forget about your neighbors and area friends, especially the elderly folks or single parents. Ask who's staying or going. Community matters here. Pillar number 4 is review your insurance. This is where most homeowners go wrong, and it can cost you everything. Now, before the storm, review your insurance policies with your insurance agent. Don't assume hurricane damage is covered. Many policies have exclusions. Make sure you have wind and flood insurance. Take photos of or videos of everything, inside and outside. Store them digitally on a cloud or a USB device. Check that your pool cage and other structures are included. It's very common that they are only covered if added to the policy. Don't be caught without coverage for these structures. Remember, call your agent now. Once a storm takes aim on the area, insurance companies will stop writing any new coverage. Pillar number 5 is stay informed, not panicked. I highly recommend that you follow Mike's weather page for level-headed, honest updates. Download the FEMA, National Hurricane Center, and your electric company's apps onto your phones. Sign up for Collier or Lee County's emergency text alerts. And please, don't get sucked into every social media rumor. Trust your local officials. They know more than that random Facebook group does. Oh, the one thing I've learned is know which of your neighbors are longtime Floridians. When they start preparing, it's probably already too late, but it's absolutely time to start preparing now. Here's what I can promise you from experience. If you get ahead of the game now, hurricane season becomes something you manage, not something you fear. Your home will be protected. Your family will feel much calmer. And when everyone else is in panic mode, you'll be ready. But if you put it off, if you hope the season will just pass by without any trouble, you risk losing more than just your peace of mind. You risk your safety, your property, and your ability to bounce back. Preparation isn't just practical, it's an act of love for your family, your neighbors, and your future. If this helps you feel more confident about hurricane season, do me a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense tips about life and real estate here in Southwest Florida. If you want my printable hurricane checklist, click the link below to download it. And if you're thinking about buying or selling, even moving to a different area within a lower flood risk area, reach out. I'd love to be your local guide. Call or text me at 239-450-5786. Let's weather this season together and stay safe, Southwest Florida.